Now, there is a 4 steps of success, and this is the last one. You want to be able to put a list of people that you know. I just recently introduced this to some people, and immediately they started thinking, wow, who do I know that could help this with their health? Who do I know that can help with their finances? And you need to put a list together. A lot of people always say to me, well, why do you need me? We need you because the asset you bring is not only you as an asset, and you are one, but you also know people that we don't know. So we'll show you that the product works, we'll show you the compensation plan works, and now you got to give us a list of people. A lot of people go, you know what? I don't want to talk to my family and friends. Why? Don't they like you? I mean, I always see this all the time, and it never ever ceases to amaze me. Let me finish this with a story. If you can feel the wind, feel it. If you can feel the sun, feel it. If you can hear the birds, feel it. Imagine being in a situation where you get up early, really, really early, and it's way before work. And so all of a sudden you're in a position where you're going to go for a drive. So as you're driving down this road and you haven't taken it, and then all of a sudden you see a pathway that you've never seen before. And you can see that there's tracks down it, but guess what? There's grass that is sort of growing in there. So you drive down there, and then all of a sudden you see these mountains, and all of a sudden you decide to get out, and you can see the dew on the grass, and the sun's just coming up. Total peace. And all of a sudden you're walking around, and you see, like, you look, and there's a hole that looks like a cave, and it's covered with some brush. And so what you do, and you go over there, and you're sort of, going, wow, I wonder what this is. And so you move the grass away, and it is a cave. And you start walking in, it starts getting darker and darker. And so what you do is you walk in there and you turn the corner, and you can't believe it, but here's this incredible pile of gold. All these gold coins. And you sit there and you look at it, and the shine, and it's just gleaming. And you're going, man, you look at it, you bite it, and you're going, look, this is for real. So what do? You run an ad in the paper. No! If it's real gold, wouldn't you be taking off your shirt? And some of you ladies, that's okay. You know what I mean? And you start putting it in your pants, you start tying your sleeves, and you start filling it full of gold. And you take it out, and you put it in your car, and you start putting it in the trunk, you start putting it in the back seat, and you're driving home, and the bumper's scraping. You know what I mean? And you're driving home, and you pull up, and you come up, and you got to get excited about this. You guys are right now standing in knee-deep gold, and you need to bend over and pick it up. You got to believe me. So the first thing that you got to do, is how would you treat your significant other? How would you treat your friends? See, if you pulled up to your house and your family was there, you'd be honking your horn, open the garage! And you'd be bailing it out. You'd get your family and friends to help you start putting it in the garage. You'd be telling them. And you go back and get another load. You go back and get another load. Then all of a sudden you go back there and there's something weird. You don't know what it is, and you can't put your finger on it, but there's something weird about this pile of gold. So you take a stick and you draw it around the edge of the pile. And all your friends and family are there now. Everyone's filling it up, right? And they won't call their family and friends. No, they would. People always ask me all the time, how do you do this business? You got to be excited about your future. You got to be excited. So when you start calling people, you go back, you get another load, you're coming back, you're calling your family and friends. Now, what if you turned around and you called them and they said, hey, listen, you're not going to believe this, Ruben. Oh, my God, you got to check this out. And he goes, what is it? Click. DJ. See, when people call you up and go, what is this? You can't. Are you sure it's real gold? You're out of your mind. Have you been drinking again? I told you to stop drugs. There's always going to be negative people. There's always going to be negative people. Don't let them affect you. See, I believe that negative people are put on this planet to stop you from getting where you need to go. All right? So you just got to go and you got to say as little as possible to as many people as you can. Then you go back to get it and your suspicions is exactly what you thought. You can't see the line. For every piece of gold you're taking, another 2 come back. And pretty soon, guess what? The gold pile is going to be out. That little trail that you did is now worn. People can see it. Other people are seeing people coming in and out of there like crazy. Oh my God. It's not going to take long and the whole world is going to find out about this. So what you got to do is you got to get excited. There's enough of it to go around. The more we build this, the more it builds. The more money. There's ample money. For those of you that believe that scarcity, there's scarcity, there's not enough. That's not how the universe works. This company will go to 100 million. It will go to $1 billion. It will go to $1 billion a year. And it will go to $1 billion a month. Without a shadow of a doubt. And you got to get your family and friends to get them down here. You got to get them to see it. Let them make a decision whether it's not the right timing for them. But I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see people in this company on Fortune magazine. We're right now doing stuff where we're going to be in interviews on some pretty big people that you know. I mean, trust me, Oprah will do a show on a berry. She'll do a show on a mushroom. And you want to be in position with all your family and friends when that explosion happens. Okay? So don't be holding off on people. Let them say yes or no. If people say no, then say, listen, could you do me another favor? What? Who do you know that needs to be? Who do you know that needs to make extra money? Who do you know that needs extra people? So you need to put a list together. Don't judge people. That is not your job. Don't judge people, because I promise you, there's some people here in this room that would have not invited me. You wouldn't have called me. I was a guy that had a bad attitude. How many people you know that are blaming everything? See, I did what I was told. I went to school. All of a sudden, I got hurt and put on workman's comp. And now my whole career is gone. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, there was 2 months where you would have not have liked hanging around me. Because everything I talked about was negative. Why? Because I was hurt. I didn't know what I was going to do. But thank God someone seen through that, invited me down to one of these meetings so I could make my own decision. Now I don't have to work for anybody ever again. But you got to put their name on the list. What if you're scared to call them? Then let us call them. I'll call anybody. I haven't got through yet, but I heard that Bush is out of a job. Trying to get him on the line. If the guy doesn't get in, he knows some people. How many people got that? You can't be afraid to talk to anybody. But your list is an asset. And you're working directly with people that will show you how to talk to them and how to build them. Let us teach you how to do this. So your asset's your list.